Our clients have reached a crossroads in their desktop environment. Windows XP within 12 months will be end of life. It is now a board level issue, and our clients are facing unacceptable commercial risk around their desktop environment. We have seen most of the challenges that are faced in modern desktop migration. Issues such as application remediation and discovery, working out what applications you've actually got deployed in the first place, so you actually have a consolidated inventory of what those applications are. Then going through the process of making sure those applications run with Windows 7, or if they don't run against Windows 7, how you present those applications so you can still get access to them. Then also working out what types of hardware devices you have and making sure there are things such as drivers available for those. Can they actually accommodate the modern desktop environments? And if they can't, what's the remediation strategy in terms of new devices in that rollout strategy? Then there's also the productivity piece. How can you actually do the step change in productivity with your end users to make sure they can actually leverage all the modern features of that environment, especially in the productivity suite? Because that's the foundation of your business case, is the return on investment for productivity, and you need to make sure you can capture that, measure it, and present that back to the business at the end of that deployment. So the major change between Windows 7 and Windows 8 is that touch interface and those live tiles. But you still get access to the desktop to get access to legacy applications in Windows 8, so you can still get back to an environment that most people are familiar with. What we are seeing is clients adopting both. So for traditional task-based workers on things like desktops, they are still using Windows 7 and proceeding with their plans on that. But for wholly mobile workers are considering adoption of Windows 8. And one of the major reasons why you should consider Windows 8 for a mobile device is the ability to use familiar tools and applications on those devices natively. So things like an SAP client, you can natively push down through a tool like System Center Config Manager to both Windows 7 and Windows 8 and leverage it and manage it across those devices using familiar tools. A question I've been asked repeatedly by our clients is, how can I get my business case framed to move to these modern desktop operating systems such as Windows 7 and Windows 8? Data3, during our Windows 7 deployment, developed a business case template with a whole bunch of metrics within that assisted us to develop our business case for Windows 7, and that's available through your account manager from Data3 to assist you. If you're on Windows XP now, your compelling reason is April 2014. It is a corporate risk beyond that, and you'll have to pay quite a significant fee to continue support on Windows XP. If you're on Windows 7, Windows 8 will present new opportunities in terms of the touch-centric devices, long battery life for highly mobile workers, and a BYOD strategy. So there is a business case that can absolutely be justified to move from Windows 7 to Windows 8, either en masse or for certain types of user profiles. Another option for our clients would be to license for Windows 8 but leverage Windows 7 now, because you've probably either already deployed or deep in your planning for deployment of Windows 7. But license so you can leverage and have those entitlements to leverage the new types of operating systems such as Windows 8 or even the next release beyond that, if that's your plan. If you're unsure which way you need to go in your modern desktop environment, the starting point I'd recommend is you come to Data3 and go through the customer immersion experience. That's a hands-on environment where you can actually use all the productivity tools, a modern set of devices, and actually get a feel for Windows 7 versus Windows 8. You'll also get exposure to the modern productivity applications like Link and SharePoint and the new versions of Office. But after that, you'll have a good feel for what the appropriate set of tools are for your organisation. Data3 has a set of pilot offerings for Windows 7 and Windows 8. The pilot offering gets you to the end of a production pilot where you actually have desktops in front of users to actually test the functionality, and also some application remediation, so you've actually got some of your applications presented in that environment, and then from there we can go to production deployment. It is a fixed price offering to get you to that point, so you have a level of certainty and you can get moving quickly, especially if you're on XP and you have that end of life issue within 12 months. Data3 as a systems integration company has a strong track record in working with our clients to modernise their desktop environment. We have worldwide recognised capability from Microsoft and our key vendor partners in terms of assisting clients to transition from operating systems such as XP to Windows 7 and Windows 8. Data3 are one of Microsoft's largest Australian partners. We have delivery capability in all states and territories and are a market leader in the transition to modern desktop. And we look forward to working with you on your transition to the modern desktop.